Hi, this is James Jokum, host of webcomics reviews and interviews. Tonight, ramen is your friend, so sit back, relax, and let the Geek Fest begin. Critters can definitely appreciate any food that's quick and easy to make, definitely cheap, will keep you going, and you can have a little bit of fun with. Ramen definitely checks all those boxes. I mean, straight up, it takes less than 4 minutes to make. It takes less than like 2 steps really to get going. At 10 cents to 50 cents per package, hey, it's definitely cheap. And well, you've got all those carbs, you've got all that heat, and you've got all that liquid, so it's definitely going to keep you going. I mean, not only are you getting a decent snack, but you're also getting something you can actually hydrate with. Bonus, right? Tonight, however, we're going to show you how to have a little bit of fun with ramen and actually, with a little bit of luck, actually impress some people once in a while. First off, let's get one major urban legend out of the way. A lot of people call ramen noodles wax noodles. This is the erroneous belief that the ramen noodles are covered in wax and that's how they keep their shape. Yeah, these people are morons. Ramen noodles are essentially rice flour and water that's been stretched and then put into a particular shape and then allowed to dry. At no point are these covered in wax, and in fact, that would actually prevent them from being boiled as easily as they are. Now, while it can be argued that ramen noodles are gluten-free because they don't have any of the wheat, barley, flour in them, they do, however, have usually served with a lot of preservatives, so obviously they're not exactly the world's greatest health food. They're just not as unhealthy as you've been told. With that in mind, well, we're going to have a little bit of fun. First off, while you're boiling off your ramen, yeah, you're actually going to be using a pan to actually boil it off in. You're going to basically want to chop in and fry off certain meats and vegetables. As far as the meats go, pretty much anything will work. And strangely enough, I'm including tofu on this one, but I'm not going to be including beans, and I'll show you why in a moment. Basically, anything will pretty much work. Obviously, if you can do something like shrimp or something sliced, it'll work excellent just for aesthetic purposes, but any meat will actually work. So if you want to throw in some hamburger and basically fry it off and brown it properly, go for it. If you want to basically throw some pork or sausage, great. Even though you probably want to focus in on, like I said, shrimp and some of your sliced hams, just your sliced pork, because that tends to be the default. Heck, you can even use bologna if you want, or even sausages. Any kind of meat will work. Tofu, if you're going to use it, I sort of advise cubing it. The cool thing here is that you don't have to worry about throwing it through some sort of drying process like you would normally, the whole weights and paper towels thing. You can actually basically just chop it up as it is wet and throw it into the ramen as it's boiling. It'll work out great. As far as vegetables go, you're looking basically at your green leafy types, as well as a couple of your tubers and roots. Basically, what I'm looking at is anything with a little bit of spice or a little bit of nutrition to it. Your cabbage, your spinaches, your lettuces, anything like that will work. If you want to basically throw in some carrots or radishes, those will definitely work. Have some fun with it. You'll probably want to avoid tomatoes and beans. Tomatoes don't work because they're just a little bit too on the wet side, and because of that they'll be diluted really quick within the ramen itself, and it just doesn't work out that well. Tomato sauce is a real debatable thing anyway when it comes to Oriental foods, so yeah, you definitely want to try to avoid your tomatoes. Beans would seem to work because they're a great source of protein, and they do work on a lot of great soups. This is just one time where it just feels weird. So you might want to avoid pretty much anything that's basically tomato or bean. However, this does mean you can throw pretty much anything. Your lettuces, your spinaches, radishes, cucumbers, slice them up, throw them in, carrots, whatever. Just have fun with it. The cool thing is you have two options. You can either do this American style, or I guess what you call Japanese style. American is just we throw it all in together, fry it off, and then throw it into the ramen. We've got the meal ready to go. Or you can do basically throwing everything by itself into its own little grouping, and you're good to go as well. However you want to do it, have fun with it. Something that's a little bit more, I guess, poor person type thing, the poor man recipe, is basically eggs, soy sauce, and ramen. Basically, the quickie version here is that you'll boil off the eggs about 3 to 4 minutes before the eggs are done. Throw in the ramen and the soy sauce, and hey, you're good to go. If you want to, you can throw in some Vegetables, pretty much anything will work. Even again, I still advise against tomatoes and beans. It's just really weird to me. The variations here are, well, first off, you can poach the egg, which is really basic. You just take one egg, throw it into a bowl, and basically just pop it into the water. Make sure it's obviously boiling, but basically do it one egg at a time. Don't scramble it or it won't work as well. And just completely do this for every egg you intend to be put in thing. Or you can basically take the egg out when it's actually nice and boiled and either quarter it, half it, or even just slice it and then put it on top of the ramen. However you want. It's real simple and it's real easy. And then of course there's the ramen burger. This isn't as complicated as it sounds. You got two options here. The first is that obviously you can take the ramen, crumble it up, throw in a spice package, mix that in with your hamburger, and you've got sort of a meatloaf type of thing going. And you just serve it like you would a normal burger. The other option is that you can actually just do the burger like you normally do, except for the bun. And here's how you do the bun. You take your ramen, you prepare it as you normally would, drain all the water out of it, and then mix in one egg for every 2 packages of ramen you used. Yeah, if you want to get text, be a smart aleck, minimum of 1 egg. What you're going to do with half an egg, I have no idea. And then you basically fry this off inside one of those little metal circles. Cool thing about this is that if you basically wait till it gets just a little bit done, you're going to find out that the burgers will actually work out well with these as buns. Don't ask me why it works, it just does. You're going to want to work out exactly where the consistency works out for you, but you want to basically give it just a little bit of a toast to it. You don't want to get too crunchy, but you definitely want to get everything well made. It should take you about 4 to 5 minutes at a minimum. So there you have it. You can do it as soup. You can do it with eggs, and you can do it as buns. I hope that helps. Have a great evening.